We often picture millionaires as the people driving luxury cars, living in mansions, dressed in designer suits, and vacationing in exotic islands. But do you know that the true millionaires, the real builders of wealth, don't look like that at all? What if the real millionaires live right next door to you? Today, we are looking at the book The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko, a groundbreaking book that shattered the myth about what it truly means to be wealthy. By the end of this episode, you understand how ordinary people quietly build extraordinary wealth, not through luck, inheritance, or being genius, but through habits, mindset, and discipline. So, get comfortable and let's uncover the surprising truth about America's real millionaires and how you can become one too. The hidden truth about millionaires. Let's start with a story. In the early 1990s, Dr. Thomas Stanley was researching wealthy individuals across America. He expected to find luxury lifestyles, people dripping with status symbols, but what he found shocked him. Most millionaires didn't live in Beverly Hills or on Wall Street. They lived in middle class neighborhoods, drove used cars, and shopped at ordinary stores. Many were small business owners, self employed professionals, or even blue collar workers. These people had something in common. They spent far less than they earned, invested carefully, and lived below their means. That's the central idea of the millionaire next door. Wealth is not the same as an income. If you want to become wealthy, stop acting rich. Chapter 1. The surprising profile of the real millionaires. When most people hear millionaire, they imagine a high income earner, doctors, CEOs, or celebrities. But the book reveals something surprising. Income does not equal wealth. The author found that many high income earners are broke, while many average income earners quietly accumulate fortunes. So, who are the real millionaires? They are typically in their late 40s to 60s, self employed or own small businesses, married once and stayed married, lived in the same home for years, drive modest cars, and most importantly, have a strong sense of financial discipline. In short, they are your neighbors, not the flashy one, but the quiet, consistent ones who pay off their mortgage early and rarely upgrade their lifestyle. Chapter 2. The Wealth Equation. The authors introduce a simple formula to estimate if you're building wealth effectively. They call it the Wealth Accumulation Formula, which is your expected net worth equals your age multiplied by your annual income, then divided by 10. Let me say this again slowly. Take your age, multiply it by your annual income, then divide that number by 10. The number you get shows how much you should be worth based on your income and age. For example, if you're 40 years old and earn $100,000 per year, your expected net worth should be $400,000. If your actual net worth is higher, congratulations, you are what the author call a poor, prodigious accumulator of wealth. If it's lower, you are the or under accumulator of wealth. This formula isn't perfect, but it's eye-opening. It helps you see whether your spending habits match your potential for wealth. Many people earn well but spend even better, and that's the trap. Chapter 3. Living below your means. Here's where the magic begins. Millionaires next doors have mastered one principle. It's not how much you make, but how much you keep. They budget, track expenses, and live intentionally. They don't chase brands, they chase freedom. Dr. Stanley discovered that most millionaires spend less than 7% of their income on luxury items. They drive Toyotas, not Teslas. They wear Timex, not Rolex. Their secret weapon, frugality with purpose. They view every dollar as a soldier, a tool to create more wealth. They don't waste soldiers on things that don't matter. And because they live below their means, they can invest consistently in stock, real estate, or their businesses without stress. Chapter 4: The Power of Planning. Another key trait of millionaires is planning and goal setting. They don't just wish for wealth, they plan for it. They have detailed financial goals, track their progress, and adjust when necessary. They know where every dollar goes. In contrast, non wealthy people often have no written plan. Their finances are reactive, not intentional. The book revealed that two-thirds of millionaires have a clear long-term financial plan, and most teach their children to budget and save early. Wealth, they say, is a result of deliberate effort, not chance. Chapter 5: The Car Paradox. One of the most striking examples from the book is the car paradox. You'd expect millionaires to drive luxury cars, right? Wrong. Most millionaires drive used cars that are 4 to 6 years old, often bought second-hand. They focus on value over image. The authors found that the most popular car brand among millionaires wasn't Mercedes or BMW, it was Ford. Why? Because the wealthy understand depreciation. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses thousands in value, money that could have been invested instead. To the wealthy, cars are tools, not trophies. Chapter 6: Self Employment and the Millionaire Mindset. Another fascinating discovery: two-thirds of millionaires are self employed. They are business owners, entrepreneurs, or professionals who control their income. But that doesn't mean you need to start a company tomorrow. What matters is ownership of your time, your skill, or your investment. Millionaires think long term. They would rather build something of their own than depend entirely on a paycheck. They also take calculated risk, not blind ones. They prepare, save, then act. That mindset of ownership, patience, and discipline separate the millionaires next door from the spender down the streets. Chapter 7: Family, Marriage, and Money. Money habits are often shaped by family dynamics. Most millionaires are married and stay married. Their spouses are usually just as frugal. Together, they build wealth by aligning goals and supporting each other's financial discipline. They also raise their children differently. Instead of spoiling them, they teach them the value of earning, saving, and investing. They avoid what the author called economic outpatient care, constantly giving adult children money. Why? Because when parents keep rescuing their children financially, they rob them of independence. True millionaires teach their children to stand on their own. Chapter 8: Economic Outpatient Care. Let's talk about that concept. Economic Outpatient Care, EOC. It's a fancy term for financial handouts. Parents giving adult children money for houses, cars, or lifestyles they can't afford. The authors found that children who receive constant financial help rarely build wealth themselves. Why? Because they learn to depend, not create. The wealthy understand that real financial security comes from independence, not inheritance. So instead of giving their kids fish, they teach them how to fish, budgeting, investing, and living below their means. That's how generational wealth truly lasts. Chapter 9: Playing Defense. Protecting your wealth. Wealthy people aren't just good at making money, they are good at keeping it. They play defense, meaning they are careful with debt, insurance, taxes, and investments. They don't chase high risk ventures or quick profits. They avoid unnecessary loans. They have emergency funds and diversified portfolios. They understand that protecting wealth is just as important as building it. As the author put it, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. Chapter 10: Time, Freedom, and True Meaning of Wealth. Here is the most powerful lesson of all. For the millionaire next door, money is not about status, it's about freedom. Freedom to work because you want to, not because you have to. Freedom to spend time with your family. Freedom to choose how you live. They see wealth not as fancy cars or big houses, but as control over their time and choices. That's the ultimate goal. So when you think about becoming wealthy, don't just aim for numbers, aim for peace of mind. So here are my key takeaways. Let's recap the core habits of Millionaire Next Door. 1. Live below your means. Spend less than you earn, no matter your income. 2. Plan and budget. Know where every dollar goes. 3. Invest consistently. Let your money work for you. 4. Avoid status symbol. Wealth is quiet, status is loud. 5. Stay married and build together. Financial discipline thrives in unity. 6. Don't spoil your children. Teach independence. 7. Focus on freedom, not luxury. The goal isn't to look rich, it's to be rich. The truth is, wealth isn't about having $1 million income, it's about having $1 million mindset. The millionaire next door could be anyone: the teacher, the mechanic, the small business owner, or even you. Because wealth isn't a secret, it's a series of simple choices repeated over time. You don't need to be born rich, you just need to spend wisely, invest patiently, and live intentionally. So the next time you see your quiet neighbor mowing his lawn, driving his old pickup, and never bragging, remember, it might just be the millionaire next door. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing book brief that can transform your mindset and future. Until next time, live simple, plan wisely, and keep building your wealth quietly. Bye bye.